Hey guys, good morning. I'm audible.
Audible, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, all.
Guys, can you confirm whether my voice is clear?
Clear, sir.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Hello guys, I'm audible now. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Audible, sir.
1 minute guys, I'm facing some problem with respect to my headset. 1 minute.
Okay.
Guys, can you unmute and talk?
Hello. Hello, sir. Good
Hello.
morning.
Guys,
Good morning, sir.
better,
Morning.
you guys can confirm in the chat box. I'm not able to hear you. Am I audible? Can you tell me in the chat box? We will go without Navin Marshall. Can you tell me in the chat box? Yes. Okay. Okay. If you guys can able to hear me, that's fine. Yes. Okay. 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 Right. Guys, if you ask me what we are going to cover as part of this session, guys, this is masterclass program on your AWS and DevOps. With a DevOps. So this is our agenda, guys. So for this 3 to 3.5 months, we are going to spend our time on AWS with the DevOps. If you ask me a simple term, what is AWS? Of course, it's an Amazon web service. The same way, what is DevOps? It is the combination of development plus operation. So the development and operation, there's nothing but a DevOps. AWS is nothing but Amazon web service. So the course duration, if you ask me, course duration is around 3.5 months, 3.5 months. Of course, we cannot guarantee plus or minus 10 days. We can see some additional topic, or maybe we will complete within a 3 months and 10 days or 20 days. So this is the course duration. And our main focus is we have to cover AWS and along with the DevOps. So before understanding AWS with DevOps, today we will have some small overview on a cloud computing. What is cloud computing? Why should I learn the cloud computing? What is the purpose of cloud computing? That we should understand, right? Yes, remember, this session I have divided into multiple modules. If you ask me what is the syllabus, what I'm going to cover. Yesterday we posted in the WhatsApp group saying that this is the syllabus that we are going to cover. But along with that, I can give you some idea. What are the topics that we are going to cover as part of this session? So I have divided this syllabus into multiple modules. Module number 1. Module number 1. I'm going to cover Linux. Module number 1, Linux commands. Guys, if you ask me, is there any programming language required in order to learn this one? The answer should be no coding is required. No pre-knowledge with respect to the coding. We are not expecting you must have the knowledge on coding. Not required. The reason because here everything is command. So that command is already well defined. Already they have given all the predefined commands and all. So those commands, it's a Linux command that we are going to use as part of our session. Anyway, I am going to take this session. Maybe around 4 hours, we can have a separate session in order to learn the basic Linux. This is the module number 1. And the module number 2. Module number 2. What I plan to cover Python. Basic programming. Don't think like this is our focus. No. Our focus is only on AWS and DevOps. But parallelly, if you know some basic Linux command and Python, we can put it in our resume. Thereby, we will get the more calls. There are more vacancies. The company they are expecting, right? The people from AWS with DevOps, they should have some knowledge on basic Linux and Python. For that reason, the module number 2, which is a Python programming. Again, this is enough, guys. 6-hour session is more than enough. We will cover basic Python, like what is data type, what you mean by variable, and basic object-oriented programming. And we have a collection in your Python. The basic stuff we will try to understand as part of your module 2. Once it is completed, we'll go for module number 3. Here only we are going to cover a cloud computing. When I say cloud computing, Amazon Web Service. So here it includes the different services, right? Like we are going to cover EC2. What is EBS and EFS? What is meant by snapshot, or maybe what is meant by VPC? Then we will cover Route 53. Like that, we have a many services, around 20 services. We will cover as part of your module number 3. Module 3, one and only we are going to focus different AWS services. And what is module number 4? Module number 4. Module number 4, we are going to plan to cover DevOps. Development plus operation. DevOps is nothing but maybe it's an idea. It is a philosophy, right? So we'll see now in part of module number 4. So here different tools. DevOps tools are available in the market. Like we have the Maven, it's one tool. We have a Git, Jenkins, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform. Like that, here also we have a plenty of tools. That plenty of tools we are going to learn as part of your module number 4. So module 1 and module 2, we plan for Linux and Python. Module 3 and module 4, that we plan for AWS and DevOps. definitely we need 1 month to complete your AWS, and then we need around 1 month to complete your DevOps also. Once we complete our AWS and DevOps session, we'll go for the module number 5, where we have a real-time project session, a plan for project session. At least we have 3 project sessions, 3 maybe website that we can host with help of AWS and DevOps. So this is our module number 5. And once this module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5 completed, let's go to the module 6. We will focus on interview preparation session. So here we will cover what are the interview questions that maybe you can expect at the time of interview, and how you have to explain at the time of interview. For that, we will conduct the mock interviews also. Many mock interviews we will conduct the module number 6. So once you are good in the placement training, once you are good in interview preparation session, and now you can able to answer all those questions, it's a time to prepare your well-designed resume. You should have some well-designed resume we have to prepare, then only you can able to enter at the time of interview. Also, people might people will filter your resume. For that, you should have good professional skills that we have to add it in your resume. That we will take care. You know it well. If you follow, this first 5 module, if you learn this first 5 module within this 3.5 months, definitely you can able to crack any kind of interview. It is an 100% placement guarantee training, but the only thing is what we are expecting every day, whatever we are covering, that you have to practice. If I spend 1 hour in a day, then you have to spend at least 3 hours or 4 hours in order to practice those topics, because it's completely a practical session. It is not a theoretical part. Yes, 1 or 2 days we have to take the theoretical one, but most of the hour we are going to spend in the practical session. We have to learn different services. We have to learn the different features from your AWS cloud, right? So I will tell you what is AWS, what is cloud computing, what is DevOps. That anyway we are going to cover as part of our session, but this syllabus you should know. So that's the reason I have given some idea on top of your syllabus. Any question, guys? Can you confirm in the chat box? Can you confirm so far any question? Yes, no? Right. So the question is, what is cloud computing? What is cloud computing? To understand this cloud computing, Navin, AWS exam, we have an official certification which is called a solution architect. So I will tell you, Navin, once this session is completed, at the end of the session, I will tell you what are the AWS certifications are available, how we can approach that, and all I will tell you. So remember, why do we need to go for cloud computing? Why cloud computing? Why cloud? To simply I can tell why cloud. Why cloud? Because consider like we are all, or maybe you consider like is an entrepreneur. You are the businessman. Suppose person, there is a person. This person is going to develop one application. He is going to develop one application like Flipkart or like Facebook. There is a person. He is a businessman. He is an entrepreneur. Consider like is an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. He is going to develop one application like Facebook. Develop one application like Facebook. And he is the developer too. Remember, like he is also a developer. He is the developer, and for his own business he is going to start. For that, he is going to develop one application like Facebook, like a social media application, which is like a Facebook. Now, he chosen a programming language is nothing but Java or maybe a Python. He has written the code. He has written the code. When he has written the code, for what? In order to develop the application, right? In order to develop an application, which is Facebook. In order to develop this Facebook app, he has written the code. But unless or until if we don't have a server, can we able to see the application? No. Remember, he has written the code, and now this code you have to host somewhere. You have to deploy it somewhere. That's nothing but a server. That's nothing but server. Guys, when in your Google, right, you will type facebook.com, gmail.com, yahoomail.com, flipkart.com, amazon.in, any URL that you are typing. When you press enter, you can able to see the application. How? Because the developer, they have hosted that particular code on top of some server. Without server, we cannot see any application. Every application is hosted on some server. That's the reason you guys can able to see the application. Definitely, it's a basics. Remember, any application. See, suppose even if you start your business, in that business, for that you need one web application. You need one application. Then you have written the code. URL is ready. But when you press URL is ready, you will get an error because that application still is not hosted on some server. So what IT people they will do? They will host that code. When I say host that code, the code will be deployed on top of the server. Suppose consider like you have 100 users. You have 100 users. When I say 100 users, 100 customers. 100 customer, they are using your application. They are using your application on top of, maybe this application is hosted on top of 2 servers. This application is hosted on top of 2 servers. Now, suddenly, your application got multiple requests. When I say multiple requests, your application got around 10,000 requests. 10,000 customers. Suddenly, your application reached to a wide customer, and you are getting 10,000 users. They are accessing, they are trying to access your application. They are trying to access your application. But what will happen? Obviously, your server will fail, right? In order to satisfy the customer. Why it is failing? Because you have an application, it is hosted on 2 servers that can have the capacity to handle only 100 users. 100 users. But suddenly, your number of customers got increased from 100 to 10,000 customers. Now, definitely your application will fail. It is not able to cope up with the customer request, right? Because 2 server, it is only for 100 customers. 10,000 customer now. How we can handle? It is very difficult, right? The server will not cope up. Then server will fail. Server will fail. See, in order to satisfy this customer, what you have to do? Definitely, you have to increase the number of servers. So if you want to satisfy this customer, satisfy your customer, what you have to do? You have to increase the number of servers. You have to increase the number of servers. But is it a day-night job? In a night, can we able to increase the number of servers? Is it possible? No. It is very difficult, guys. We cannot increase the number of servers in a day. It will take some time. See, 10,000 customers. For them, we required maybe like 50 or maybe 25 servers. Consider like we needed 25 servers. And maybe you spent around 1 week. You spent around 1 week in order to increase the number of servers. You reached to some vendor. For them, you paid some money and you got all the server and you hosted your application also. But we need a 1 week, right? But this 1 week, your business, what will happen? The user not able to see your application, right? For this 1 week, then it means that there is a downtime. There is a downtime means the customer, they are not able to use your application. Your application is not able to hit. There is a downtime, right? Consider like any business, if there is a downtime, definitely the business will lose, right? The money. The business, it is not a profit, it is a loss one. Now suppose suddenly your customer is increased from 10,000 customer to 1 million. 1 million means 1 lakh, 100,000. 100,000. Now what will happen? Now what will happen? Again, the server will fail because this 25 server is not able to satisfy the 100,000 customer, 1 lakh customer. So again, there is a downtime. Again, there is a downtime. Again, the business will lose. Is it good? No, it is not at all good. No business will like the downtime. No business will like the loss. Right? For that reason, so what is the problem here? What is the catch here? See, here the servers that we are defining, maybe today we will get the huge request, tomorrow we will get the low traffic. We cannot assure that one. We cannot assure this one, right? So there are 5 drawbacks, guys, you have to remember. These are the few drawbacks which makes very, overridden. See, suppose, I hope you all know what is data centers. Local data centers. I can show you. This is a kind of a data center, guys. Earlier, around 10 years back, every IT company, they have their own data centers. They have their own data center. When I say data centers, what is meant by data centers? Data centers is nothing but a group of servers. Simple. They have a collection of servers. They have a collection of servers. Why they have a collection of servers? In order to host their application. In order to host their application, they have a collection data center. This data center, which is a local data center. Near the IT company itself, they have these local data centers. It is also called as on-premise. It is called as on-premise. So why they have these servers? In order to host their application. In order to host their application. See, guys, suppose if we are getting 100 user, then 2 servers is enough. But suddenly if your customer count is increased, what will happen? We have to increase the number of servers accordingly. What about the capital expenditure? What about the capital expenditure? Yes, in order to make your data centers, this is the data center, right? In order to make this data center, you have to invest your initial cost. The initial cost is very high. Initial operating cost or initial cost is very high. You have to spend at least 1 crore, 2 lakh, 2 crore, 10 crore. Based on the company infrastructure, based on the company requirement, you have to invest a lot of money if you go with the local data center, if you go with the on-premise servers. That's the one of the problem if you deal with your local data centers. The second one, of course, you need a place also, right? So if you want to make this kind of data center, this kind of data centers, what you need? You need a place. You need to buy some land from the brokers and you have to pay a lot of money, and then you have to construct the building. In the building only you have to place this kind of data centers, right? Definitely you need a place also. That's another problem the IT company they have faced. The third one is the operational cost. The operational cost. See guys, for this data center and all, you have to give the electricity, you have to give the power, and along with it, you have to give the cooling system also. And this data center, definitely 100 people, they will work also for maintenance activity and all. Then obviously, what about the operational cost? We have to pay electricity, we have to pay the cooling system, and along with it, we also should focus on the working employee on this data center, like a mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, right? So this is the another problem. We have to pay a lot of money with respect to operational cost. The fourth one is, suppose your customer is increased from 100 to 1 lakh customer. Now 1 lakh to 10 million customer. We got around 10 million customer, 10 lakh customer, or around 1 crore customer. 1 crore customer. Right? Now what will happen? Definitely again, you need a place, right? You have to increase your infrastructure. But it will take some time, right? Of course, in order to make that particular infrastructure, definitely you need at least a 6 month or maybe a 1 year time. 6 month or 1 year time. We cannot assure that number. It is all based on the need, the expectation, the engineer availability, the architect availability. Based on that, you have to spend. But can we able to wait? It is not at all possible, right? Because any business, immediately they will expect the answer. Suppose I want to buy one product in this particular application, but the application itself, it is down, means how can I buy the product? Then I can go for another website, right? If Amazon is not working, I will go for Flipkart. If Flipkart is not working, I will go for another website. Definitely the business will lose the customer. This is also another problem. If we go with the local data center or on-premise, what is the another drawback? What is the another drawback? Scalability is the main problem. Scalability is the main problem. When I say scalability, see, if you have 100,000 users and suddenly if your users increased 110,000, 10 lakh, what will happen? Definitely your business will not, your application will not cope up with the server. The customer, they are not able to use your application. Automatically your number of server will not be increased. You have to make, or you have to invest your 6 month time or 1 year time in order to increase the servers. It's one of the main drawback. So when your load is increased, what you have to do? You have to increase the number of servers. But meanwhile, what will happen? When you increase the number of servers, that time, that duration, what will happen? There is a downtime. No business will like the downtime. Suppose, what if it is, if now 10 lakh customer, it is increased to 10, it is decreased to 10,000. It is also happened, right? Sometimes we will reduce the load also. Sometimes load will decrease also. We cannot tell, right? Business will be always in a good state. It will decrease also. When the load is decreased, automatically what we have to use? We have to reduce the number of servers. Why we are reducing number of servers? Because then only we can able to save the money. Otherwise, you are wasting the resources. You are wasting the resources, right? For that, you have to reduce the money. Sorry, you have to reduce the number of servers. But again, it is not possible. Automatically, we cannot decrease the servers also. We cannot turn off the server also because we are not sure, right? So automatic scalability, it is not possible in your local data centers. So these are all the major drawback if you go with the data centers. Earlier, 10 years back, company and all, they have used the local data center and on-premise. They have faced this kind of problem. How we are going to rectify this one? That's the question. So far, are you clear? So far, any question?
Clear, sir.
Guys, can you confirm? Everyone clear? Or anything do you want me to explain once again? Can you confirm?
Clear, sir.
Clear, sir.
Fine. So if someone is asking, hey, can you tell me problems on your data center? You can tell this 5 points. The first 2 point is the initial cost, the capital cost. The second one is we need a place. Third one is we have to spend more amount on operational cost. The fourth one is definitely it will take some time in order to make your data centers. Fifth one, the scalability problem. Scalability, it is the problem. Now, how we are going to avoid this problem? For that, the answer should be cloud computing. If you want to avoid this problem or if you want to reduce this problem, you have to go for cloud computing. Cloud computing. The first one, we said, right? When we go for the local data center, we are spending lot of money. We are spending a huge money as a capital expenditure. But if you go with the cloud computing, if you go with the cloud computing, when I say cloud computing, if you are going to use some kind of cloud, in the market, we have many clouds. Amazon Web Service is one of the cloud. Azure is one of the cloud. GCP, Google Cloud, it's one of the cloud. This and all we can call it as cloud. So many clouds are available in the market. So we have a different cloud providers. Different cloud providers are available in the IT company or in the market. In that Amazon Web Service is one of the cloud. Azure, it is also one of the cloud. And Google, it is also another cloud. This is the top 3 clouds. Amazon Web Service, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform. Microsoft is the company, right? They are giving this cloud, which is called Azure. And the Google Cloud Platform is one of the cloud. And Alibaba, you know, right, from the China, Alibaba, it is also giving us separate cloud. Oracle, we have a cloud. IBM is the company, they are giving some cloud. Tencent, it's a cloud. So like that, we have many clouds in the market. If you know how to work with one cloud, you can easily learn other clouds also. Right? These are the top 10 cloud providers. Like that, some website they have posted, like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, Dropbox, IBM, DigitalOcean, and all. See, these are the different clouds are available on your cloud computing. So the question is, what is cloud, or why do we need to go for a cloud? If you go with the data centers, not to host your application, we are spending lot of money as part of your capital expenditure. But if you go with the cloud, how you are going to rectify? You are going to rectify. If you go with the cloud, there also you can able to buy your server. There also you are going to buy your server. No, you are not going to buy your server. You are going to rent out your server. You are going to rent out the servers. See guys, suppose you are going to buy one land in Chennai. Definitely you have to invest around 50 lakhs, 1 crore, 20 lakhs. We are not sure, right? Based on the location to location, you have to spend a lot of money in order to buy one land. But if you are renting out the home, you don't want the own house, but you need the rent house. Then will you pay 10 crores or 10 lakhs, 1 crore like that? No, right? Definitely you will pay 10,000, 15,000, 5,000, 8,000 like that, based on the location. In the same way, if you go for the cloud, where you are not going to buy the physical server, you are going to buy the virtual server. That virtual server that you are going to rent out. It means that you are going to pay the money per usage. How much that you are going to use, for that you are going to pay the money. How much you are going to use, for that you are going to pay the money. In case of a cloud also, you can buy the virtual server, not a physical server. It's a virtual server. You are going to rent out the server. It means that you are going to pay per usage. Definitely you will save a lot of money, right? Suppose we are going to spend some time on some place. Consider like you are going to spend some time on somewhere. Consider like one park you are going to spend. Only for spending you are going to pay the money. You are not going to buy that particular infrastructure. You are not going to buy the complete land. Only you will pay 500 rupees to 1,000, and you will spend some amount of time right on that particular park. The same way in AWS also, you are going to buy some virtual server. You can do anything on the virtual server. For that, only pay per usage. That's the first advantage. That's the first advantage in your AWS cloud, or maybe a cloud computing. What is the second advantage as part of your cloud computing? What I said, we need a place, right? We need a place. Here everything is virtual. Here everything is a virtual. In your Google, you will go ahead and you will type Amazon Web Service, and you will go to that particular URL and you will buy the server. You no need of any physical place. You know, no need in IT company near that you need to buy a land where you have to local data center. That and all is not at all required. In the URL itself, in the application itself, you can able to buy the server. See, the cloud provider, right? AWS, Azure, Google Cloud and all. They have their own physical server in somewhere in India or in world. We don't know whether it is in USA or UK, somewhere, you know, they have their physical server. But what we are going to buy? We are going to buy the virtual server. For that, we no need of any physical place. We no need of any physical location. It is all virtual. Then are we going to pay any money for the land? No need, because we don't need of local data center. That and all, AWS should worry. That and all, the Azure people should worry. You no need to worry. What is the third problem? An operational cost. For cooling system, electricity, for that and all, you have to pay a lot of money in your data center. But if you go with the AWS or Azure, this Google Cloud and all, here we no need to give any electricity. For my laptop, for my own laptop, I need electricity. For my laptop, I need a cooling system. My laptop I have to manage. That's it. We again, everything is virtual. Here also we are not going to spend any money for operational cost. And suppose there is a load got increased. Load is increased means automatically your AWS will increase the number of servers. Suppose your load is decreased, automatically your load number of server will be decreased, which is called auto scalability. Who will do the auto scaling? AWS, Google, Azure, those cloud if you use, that will do the automatic scaling. And again, for that it will take only a fraction of a minute. No need of waiting and all. You no need to wait 6 months or 1 year in order to host your servers and all. Automatically AWS take care of those kind of problems. It will automatically increase the number of servers. Will automatically decrease the number of servers based on your load, based on the traffic, based on the spike that we are getting. So this is the advantage, right? If you go with the cloud, because here everything is virtual. You are going to buy the server. You are not buy the server, you are going to rent out the server. So it is an advantage, right? If you go with the cloud. Earlier, the company, they all use the data centers. But now the company, they are using what? A cloud. See, in the Google itself, I'm telling, data center and cloud. Data center and cloud. So data centers are labor for that. It's an intensive. It is very automated and efficient. It is very static. Static means fixed, but it is a dynamic. Yes, remember, there are many advantages. I have listed only 5 points. There are many advantages if you go with the cloud, because in local data center, everything you have to take care. See, if you are running a business, remember, suppose you are the entrepreneur, you are running one business. There are two things. There are two things we have to focus. One focus is obviously technology. Obviously, technology. The second one is business growth. Business growth. This is the two important factors. If you run any business, one is the technology. What kind of technology we adopted as part of your business? The second one is what is the profit that you are getting? If you are running the business, you have to take care both. But I cannot spend huge time on your local data center and all, because here you have to pay a lot of money. Here you need a land. Here you need a time to sit. Here you have to take care of the scalability problem. There are different pain, right? When you run your business, you have to take care of everything, which is very difficult. So there are 5 problems, right? The major 5 problems. So in order to, I cannot take care if I am running the business. What is my expectation? I have to reduce the money. What is my expectation? I cannot provide the land. What is my expectation? Automatically the scalability problem should take care. What AWS and Azure and Google Cloud, they are saying, we are there. Please rent out the server from us. These 5 problems we will take care. You no need to worry. Fine. Any questions so far? Everyone clear? Why we are moving from the traditional model to the current clouds? Why we are moving? A data center to cloud. Everyone clear? Why data center to cloud? Guys, I am expecting your answer.
Clear, sir.
Can you confirm?
Yes, sir.
You are clear, or anything you want me to repeat or teach you again?
Clear, sir.
It's clear, sir.
Naveen, Marshall,
Clear, sir.
Veera, everyone, can you confirm? Dinesh Kumar,
Clear.
why we are moving from the data center to cloud? Everyone clear?
Clear, sir.
And Naveen asked one question, right? So he's asking like, is there any certification or exam? Yes, of course. We have a certification for your AWS. See, if you go with the aws.amazon.com, here you can see the mini certification. Many certification we have. We have a foundation certification and a professional certification, and one more is associate and specialty. Like that, we have a many certification. First of all, you have to go for foundation. Once you have done the foundation, then you can go for professional certification. So whatever the things that you are learning right from here, using that you can learn the foundation. And later you can do the solution architect, professional, specialty, associate and all. Right? Maybe once we have complete our session, at the end of the session, we can have this kind of training. That time I will tell you how you can approach this kind of certification and all. And the one more question Naveen asked, like, what is virtual? Naveen, as of now, virtual is nothing but you cannot see. In your hand, you have a laptop, right? You have a laptop. You have a physical laptop. In this physical laptop, you can do anything. Suppose if you want to open the calculator, you can open the calculator. It is a physical laptop. But suppose if you go with the AWS, right? Where also you can able to use the service, the feature provided by the AWS, but which is virtual. Which is virtual means you cannot, you don't have a physical machine. They have the physical server somewhere, only the application that you will use it through Google. Only the application you will use it through the aws.amazon.com or Azure or Google Cloud, where you can able to use the application. But that application and all where it is hosted, it is hosted somewhere in the world. That's the physical versus virtual. Again, you will get a more clarity on virtual once we take our session forward. Maybe tomorrow itself you will get to know that what is virtual. If I tell you now, you will not understand. Wait for a while, definitely I will tell you tomorrow. So virtual means, as of now, remember, you don't have a physical machine in your hand. Your mobile phone, you have it in physical, right? Suppose what I'm saying, right? You can use the mobile through online. Suppose we are driving the car. It is a physical car. But what if you are driving the car through the laptop? You are driving the car through the online. That's called as a virtual. You play a game, right? Not physically, but you are playing the game through online. It is called virtual. Everything that you are doing through online. Here also you are going to buy the server in online. You are going to use the application in online. That's called as virtual. Naveen, are you clear what is virtual? Yes, I'm going to end this session today. Any question today? Just I have given only an introduction about why we are moving from a data center to cloud. Now quickly confirm. Do you want me to explain anything? Any questions so far? Can you tell me? I have another session this at 8:30. Can you confirm? Naveen, tomorrow also online. I will let you know, man, when it is offline. Tomorrow also online. I will inform you, Naveen. Any question, guys? Yes, okay, fine. It is only on Monday to Friday. Initially, yes, man, Monday to Friday, but our session will happen on Saturday also. But Friday I will confirm based on my workload. Based on my workload, I will confirm. But Monday to Friday is mandatory one. Saturday, definitely we will have the session, but I will confirm. Friday I will confirm. Any other question, if you have, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll see tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Fine. So if
Thank
you
you, sir.
don't have any question, we are good actually. Only
Yes.
what I covered today, what is the syllabus that we see, along with that, why we are moving from the data center to the cloud. But tomorrow, guys, again, there are many clouds, guys. AWS, Google Cloud, IBM, like that we have a many cloud. But one of the most cloud, one of the most customer or the user, the developer, what they are using the Amazon Web Service. For that reason only, we are also going with Amazon Web Service. So our training is purely on AWS. From tomorrow onwards, we will start the AWS part. Next 1 month, we are going to one and only focus on Amazon Web Service. Fine. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Actually, he will leave.
Okay.